Good morning. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to my Bat Mitzvah. Thank you for coming today and celebrating with me. Today's service is a special one, and it even has its own name. It is called Shabbat HaGadol, the Great Sabbath. You may think that today's service is great because it is my Bat Mitzvah. But the reason it is called this is because the Haftorah portion speaks of future great and awesome days. But if future days will be great and awesome, what is happening during Malachi's time? Malachi is the last prophet in the Bible. He explains that despite having returned from exile, the Israelites practiced sorcery, committed adultery, swore falsely, and cheated employees, and mistreated widows, orphans, and strangers. All the things that they should not be doing. This morning, I will speak on what the reading means to me, focusing on Malachi's message to the Israelites on the treatment of strangers. This is a timely topic because, as a teenager, it is not hard to relate. We do not live in biblical times, though, and even modern times have changed. Today, we communicate with friends and strangers through social media. The way we communicate may be different, but how we treat each other is still important. What do the Tree of Life Synagogue, the Emmanuel African Church, and a kosher grocery store all have in common? Unthinkable crimes that were fueled and encouraged by various social media sites. This problem is not in some far-off corner of the world, and these are not isolated incidents either. Exactly 11 miles from where you are seated now, Ted Hakey, after a night of heavy drinking, fired 30 rounds into a Meriden mosque. Thankfully, the mosque was empty at the time. But why that particular mosque? Well, Ted Hakey lived next door. 5 months before the shooting, he posted on Facebook, "The only solution is to wipe Islam off the face of the earth," and "I hate Islam. If we all kill just one Muslim tonight, it will make a dent." How many people read dozens of his hate-filled posts? How many Connecticut friends and neighbors read this and did not think anything of it? Why did he have so much hate against his neighbors? Hakey said his understanding of Islam came from what he read online. He said Twitter, Facebook, and other social media platforms not only led to his hatred of Islam, but also fueled it. Malachi reminds us that it is important to treat the stranger as we would like to be treated. But what if you do not know any strangers? It is easy today to choose to surround yourself with only friends that agree with you. This is a growing issue on social media sites. But remember Malachi's promise that future days will be great and awesome? How? "Return to me, and I will return to you," says the Lord. So, how can we return? One way for us to return is to practice tikkun olam. Tikkun olam means to repair the world. Each of us has a stake in making our world a better place through justice and acts of loving kindness. Does it work? Can even someone like Ted Hakey change? Practice tikkun olam? Let's find out. 4 months after the shooting, Ted, his wife, and a couple of mosque leaders met with him in the U.S. Attorney's Office. By this time, he had been charged with a federal hate crime. He comes in with red cheeks and tears in his eyes, mosque leaders recalled. He sat down and apologized, his voice cracking. His sincerity was obvious. Hickey said he considered himself a changed man. He now spreads teaching of Islam and kindness in hopes to inspire others to embrace the community that taught him what forgiveness is and to prevent others from making the same mistakes he had made. This is a great example of the power of Tikkun Olam. If someone with as much hate can change, I challenge each of you to make the world a better place in your own small or grand way